this fast pace where we have to be doing something all the time, no matter what. And just because we live in the city doesn't mean that we need to be busy 24/7. And this is what made me think of small changes that I can make to help simplify my life, but also to make a big impact that is just simple and easy and just doesn't take much. Certainly, it has changed my life in a very short time span. In past videos, I have really did a deep dive into my closet, and this is what it really means. The psychological impact and the mental health that you gain from decluttering your clothing really makes sense in the long term. That morning scroll, right? Scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through other social media platforms where you may see some cute clothing, a lot of great looking stuff. I really had to catch myself. I've been bamboozled once, and I ordered something because I wasn't fully awake. But I just thought, oh, that looks great. That's a great outfit. I want it. Instantly went in there, and you know what you did. Once you receive the outfit, and it may have been a week or two later and I've forgotten all about it, it wasn't as thrilling as I thought it would be. And then when I see the actual item, it really wasn't of any high quality. So if I'm going to buy something, my hard-earned money, I want to make sure that it's high quality and that it will last me a long time. And I'm talking minimum a decade. I no longer do these type of purchases. And because I cut down on my digital devices, right, then I certainly realize that those purchases are no longer happening. Now that I realize that I am being very intentional about my purchases and the work I do, I work very hard to earn the money to pay for these things. It has certainly not done much damage anymore when it comes to my finances. And I'm a stickler about saving my money and to make sure that you have a rainy day fund and also for your future in retirement. I ask the question, do I really need this item? Will it bring me some fun and joy in the long term, including out a decade? I will be in my 60s. And so is this something that I really need? And those are the questions I ask. And then I take a pause and then I come back. And if I really need that product, I will end up finding it the next day. It's kind of like that 24-hour cool off period, right? Before you make a major purchase. So it's the same thing. I treat it the same way. This is clothing, but this is your cash and we want to keep it in the bank. Taking a break from the digital devices, so taking a break from my phone, is a little bit more than just taking a break from social media. Yes, I am definitely taking more downtime and not necessarily posting as often as I usually did in the past. It's like taking a mental spa day and taking a break from picking up the phone. And so I'm being very mindful of when I utilize the phone and when I want to really just scroll. So scheduling the scroll, but also just walking away from my phone and leaving it in another room and not thinking about it has to come with me. The phone you were not born with, right? We were not born with a phone in hand. We can move around freely and in peace without always connecting with others, whether it be text messages, whether it be just talking on the phone or the social media and going through those platforms. And then the rest of the time, just take the break and walk away. So I kind of don't feel like I need to answer the phone if someone's calling, or if I got those random text messages. It doesn't mean that I have to necessarily answer right away. I used to just, quickly, I gotta answer everyone because I do that at work and I feel like I need to answer back an email right away. But you certainly do not. You need to think things over, and then if it's your downtime from the phone, you don't need to answer right away and you'll get back to that person in a couple of hours or maybe the next day. No one really cares about if I answer that text message. This is about embracing the present moment and really being in real life circumstances, living your life out loud. And that's about connecting with people physically in front of you, or having interactions just when you go to the store or if you go to a cafe, talking to people. This is so much better, and you get so much more out of it than just touching base through electronic device. My channel was based on intermittent fasting and weight loss for women. And yes, that is the thing that's so important for your health. I had to get off of the obsession of weighing myself. So I was weighing myself daily and constantly worried about a pound or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, right? And I really look at now is, how do my clothes feel? Do I feel comfortable in what I'm wearing? Do I look nice in what I'm wearing? And also, am I eating nutritiously dense food? Am I eating the right type of food? So those are more important to me. And then also, am I doing the right type of fitness that works for me in the time that I'm in at this age and being postmenopause? These are the things that I'm doing now, is just shifting that mindset so I'm not so obsessed with what I look like in quantity of pounds. The constant anxiety that I had around having that perfect body, it's not realistic. And that also comes from comparing yourself in social media once again. And taking those breaks from social media, it really made you look at yourself and feel so much better because you are unique and no one looks like you. All those complex ingredients I did away with. I just make it simple. It's like making tacos or something like that, turkey tacos, putting, the spices in. And that's about it, right? And then the rest is fresh whole foods that you cut and put on your taco, right? It's pretty simple like that. I just think about all the extravagant types of food I was doing as a plant-based eater. I'm still plant-based, but I also do eat animal protein. This is what my body asks for, and so it's simplified and it's a minimalistic type of diet. I eat 2 meals a day, maybe a snack with that, and that's it. It's about not being so obsessed that it drives you into an anxious type of space and causing negative behaviors that really don't work in simplifying your life. Living slow in a fast-paced city. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm no longer doing, is that I'm ditching the downtime to-do list. That thing that we write up somewhere, maybe in your phone, maybe on a piece of paper, of all the things you need to do and squeeze it all in one weekend. Those are the kind of things that keep you away from getting actual real rest. The weekends are for resting. And if you can do some of those things, I know we have to do these types of tasks, whether it's cleaning up, decluttering, whether it's running to the store, getting those things prepared for the week. I get that part. But are you taking care of yourself before the weekend's over? Are you taking a nap and not feeling guilty? See, these are the things that I really had to get in my mind and realize that I matter and I need to get rest on a regular basis. The body has to have downtime just to be able to create, and to create with a fresh mindset and to build up that energy again, to actually see a different visual, going out there and just maybe walking outside, or maybe it's just sitting at a park and watching kids play, so that you can embrace being productive when that time actually comes. It's about that FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. But I believe that it's JOMO, and it should be the joy of missing out. I feel so refreshed and feel at peace when I'm alone. I'm a person that likes to be alone. I like to do things on my own. I like to go out and just, explore, and to be around strangers is totally fine with me. In a sense, people may think, hey, a little funny. Yeah, I've taken myself out to dinner, and that feels nice. I do have to have some alone time to feel like I can be social later. And also to spend time with my loved ones, spending time with my spouse. He understands that I do have to have a certain amount of time alone, and that I enjoy that because it helps me to not only get the rest and the self-care that I'm looking for and need, but also to replenish my juices so I can be a better spouse, a better daughter, a better caregiver, and even a better friend. And so I think my friends understand that about me as well. Practicing to say no is a big deal here, and not feeling like you're obligated to do everything that everyone asks you to do. These are things that you have to look at. What are my top priorities, and what's essential to my life? And is it helping me in a positive way to get to the next step of what I'm looking for to do in my life today? Those of us that are constantly on the go, that are constantly moving at a fast pace in the so-called hustle scene, those are putting you in danger of not knowing who you are and what you want and who you have become. It says in the Bible, and God says, is do not be friends with the world, and to detach from the world, because we are only a guest here. And so these are things that forever float around in my mind, and I hear constantly that it is time to go within. And this is where you find peace, freedom, and simplicity. And don't forget, you can always begin again. That's a great thing about life. It's about starting over every day. If you don't get something right today, you can work on it tomorrow, at least God willing. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Cheers.
You got it. I know sometimes life can be tough, and you feel like you just